We left off last time. It was prepping towards a prep event at the track, and that's what we continue to do. The car's been really reliable and good. It developed a small little transpan leak, so given the fact that my converter is showing to be a little on the loose side, I did the John Deere HydroGuard high viscosity fluid to hopefully tighten it up a little bit, and then I had to replace the trans brake solenoid. I didn't realize, but if you leave them on too long, they will burn out. So I was backing up out of the shop after working on it, and it popped a fuse, and that little guy ended up frying itself. So this made for an absolutely insane weekend. I went ahead and swapped engines in my Lexus, got it going for a drift event. I did drift and drag race, literally like at the same time. I would do a pass in one car, and then drive over and do the other.
Didn't go out to test it. No, you guys do. What's he leaking? Oil.
Oh no.
Nope, water.
Okay, Dad.
So that first pass of the day, just pretty much went out there nice and easy, left pretty soft. I kept the same launch retard as I did on the last no prep event because I just wanted a nice A to B pass under my belt. So we left on 5 pounds of boost, which is wastegate pressure, and just after the two-step we had our launch retard, and so we left on 0.7 yeah, oh sorry, negative 0.7 timing, and then we go up to 0. Yeah, you like that? 0 timing. So anyways, we had a nice easy A to B pass. This is the first time running the quarter mile, so I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to run it all the way out through the traps. I was just going to kind of play it by ear, see how it went. So did our 2-3 shift here, took it up to 68.30, and after I got in the third a little bit, it just kind of laid over. Like, you see the RPMs here, and it just kind of dropped, and it just kind of started to lay over a little bit. Like, it kept pulling a decent amount, but I was like, oh, something just changed, and get out of it, dude. Always get out of it if it changes. It was slightly lean at 12.3. I was shooting for 12.1, but who freaking knows? It was my first time running the quarter, and I was like totally freaked out. I'm like, did I hurt something? So yeah, I lifted 9.3 seconds into the run, so coasted to that 11-second pass. So did some investigating in the pits. So it seemed a little like it had a misfire still, so I went ahead and had my kit video so I could listen really carefully, and stalled it up on trans brake. Yeah, it just didn't quite sound right, but looked some things over, found a loose spark plug wire, plugged it in, good to go. So once I got that part sorted, I took what data I could from that pass, which is it totally did a good 8th mile. It was my best so far. It hooked the 60 foot, so I ran a little more aggressive timing curve after launch and gave her a little more off of the hit. Now I apologize, but I do not have any footage from that pass. Camera was having some technical difficulties, so we do have some data though that we can go over on it. So like I said, I went ahead and got a little more aggressive with the launch retard. I pulled 12.5 degrees instead of the normal 14 or 15. And then I still launched on 5 pounds of boost and wastegate pressure. But what I did do for the first time is I raised duty cycle and boost during the entire pass. So like the base boost level was raised for the first time ever. So in case you guys haven't figured out yet, my torque converter is getting super loose once I'm adding this this power here. So we can see that I leave on 5, and then if you notice here, boost curves up, RPM is curving up too, even though the torque converter still hasn't even coupled. So once boost stops raising, RPM stops raising, and it just hangs there at 6,500. So it couples right here, and then when I see that little raise in RPM, that's when I shift to 1-2. But we got out of the hole nice, straight, didn't spin, no traction control, no drama. Took it up in the 2-3 and just running, as you can see, about 8 pounds of boost. And did our 2-3 shift. I went ahead and grabbed scramble. I just kind of threw something in there that would be more, but I'm still building my boost duty table, so I haven't been in these areas yet, so I'm still like working up as I go. If you notice, the air fuel is pretty rich still because I haven't tuned this air fuel in this load cell yet. So a lot of power still on the table, and a lot of cleaning up I can still do. But with a torque converter that's totally loose, I mean, it's kind of moot. I just wanted to go fast before winter hit. So here it is going through third, and we didn't hit rev limiter, but we were close. It got up to 6,900. So I think I have the soft rev limiter to start kicking in there at 6,900, so it's right there. But yeah, 10.2 air fuel, so yeah, super rich. But yeah, we could definitely pick up some power and clean it up. I usually shoot for like a high 11 air fuel on E85. So, but as you can see from mile an hour there, it's a pretty good pass. So there's my first legit quarter mile pass where I actually ran it out for a quarter. Now it was time for eliminations. I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but I have. My kid is getting way better at filming. I've been on him so much about like, dude, be a little bit aggressive, get up there a little bit, like you belong up there, you're part of the crew, get that angle, get that left rear corner, we need it. So yeah, he's getting a lot better. We're getting on him about shaking, like don't shake so bad, but yeah, we're good. So just like usual, I got a little more aggressive with the launch retard and just trying to launch a little harder and get that 60 foot down. The way that they do the prep here at this track, they do an initial prep in the start of the day, and that's all. And so the track kind of goes away, especially like in the eliminations. If it's a really big event, they'll prep before eliminations, but this wasn't the case today. So yeah, so we spun right here, 0.7 seconds out. We started getting some wheel speed, did some traction control. I kept like the same boost curve and everything as the pass before, because it was eliminations. So this isn't a bracket car obviously, but yeah, the name of the game is to keep it consistent. So kept the same tune up in there. So pedaled a little bit, and then it even spun a little bit on the 1-2 shift, which I didn't add any power for there. So traction control took over there and did its thing. I didn't have to pedal there. And then yeah, this guy kind of like had me by a mile, so he treated me by 400s. So yeah, he had me by a bit, and I forgot to grab scramble because I was looking behind me and said, oh wow, he's right here, I need scramble right now. And then yeah, I actually pushed the wrong button for it. Thankfully my ECU is smart and knows not to engage trans brake during speed. But yeah, as you can see, I got air fuel a lot more reasonable and where it's supposed to be. So yeah, I went ahead and called it a day after this. It was a good pass, but it's a 10:47. I didn't get a good trap for it. The timers were messing up, but I feel like that's a perfect exclamation point for the end of the season. I got to do an actual prep event and a quarter mile pass. The car goes straight as hell. Even when it spins, it goes straight. It's almost creepy. And I got a really good direction on what I need to do this winter. So I need to send in my converter, get it tightened up, continue raising boost, put power down. I'm gonna do a weight box in the back. I'm gonna increase front end travel and basically just make it work better for no prep and marginal tracks, make it a little more versatile. So yeah, I mean, stuff's going to continue to go on with the car during the winter. I'm going to lower wastegate pressure, get it to hook on the street indefinitely, and just continue to grow with the car. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it.